Where it is. Our branches. We are in Kampala. Kampala, we have Chisenyi branch, we have Container Village branch, and we have Nakete branch. Chisenyi Land, ask for Mutuma Base Benefits. We have been there for 15 years, so they'll know us. But Chisenyi Land is the road. Container Village, Musajawaza, is one of, I'm telling you, we have our branches. Don't say no, because they'll mix for you from there and then you get it there. Okay, and also, we can discuss more. Okay? Let me give my other colleagues time to come in and give you something. My numbers are down there in that document. You get particular, you can talk more.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, you have to bear with me. If we are to finish up all this, we have to make sure, before we go for lunch, Dr. Naluyima must have presented. So allow me to invite her right now, before we go for lunch. Dr. Naluyima.
My work is on this laptop, so this technology. But I can answer one of his questions. If you really want to check those papers, you can go to Food Sensor Technology Material. They'll be able to help you. No, at Material University. So you go there physically with your food, with the food you make, and then they will certify it for you and tell you it has this much ash, it has this much sun, so it will produce something like he has given you. And then you will be able to know that, oh, this is exactly what I've done. Yeah, and Uganda Research Institute.
There is some Uganda Research Institute. I heard of it one time and I was saying that if you need any information, it's anything, whether feeding animals, whatever, you can go to their labs, test what you have, and they do the service free of charge. Uganda Research Institute, I think that's Nakao.
I'm called Naluyima, a vet by profession. Naluyima, a vet.
Dr. Naluyima.
Yeah. For that as a big bit. My colleague has talked about feed additives, the dairy compounded food. That's the one we are used to. And whenever we laugh, we think. There are times when actually these compounded feed are actually much more expensive. Now we come up with this because there's a time a compounded feed ration was actually 1,500 Uganda shillings. So you can't per kilo. I don't think any of us can afford that. So that's why we came up with this now. What is hydroponics? Hydroponic farming refers to growing of crops without soil. So don't worry, this is just P3 science, and I believe all of us went to P3, where we use conditions of germination, air, water, and warmth. Don't worry, you don't need to write this. The first one, I think this. Won't you pass it on? Okay. Now, with drought affecting the whole world, we find ourselves even this the constituents of the compounded feed, because of the weathers, like now we're in February, so people who didn't plant early, we are going to actually have a big drought. We won't have maize, we won't have cotton, we won't have so many things. So in the process, we find that the only way to go is do things hydroponically because it's fast and you don't actually need a big chunk of land to do these things. So, and it's actually a big solution to many animal challenges. Like I told you, when we came up with this, I think 2 years ago, maize bran was, when it's not mixed actually, there's a time it was 1,500 Uganda shillings, when it's not mixed. So imagine, when you mix it, what happens? And why we say it's P3 science, it unlocks the energy potential of the grain. This is how it does. Because, first of all, it takes place in 6 days. And what happens is that, you know, every plant keeps its seed, its food in a seed, okay? So when it keeps this food in a seed, why I'm saying that it breaks the energy potential of the grain is this, that when you give this condition to germinate, the plant will break the stored food into smaller particles, starch into glucose, proteins into amino acids, fats into lipids, everything has been telling you there. So this plant or this seed has stored its food, so when you give it this condition to germinate, it's going to be able to break it into smaller particles. And once it breaks it into smaller particles, actually, the animal now is going to eat it and digest it better. You understand? Yes. Now, like I said, it's simply growing food without soil. And all cereals sprout, or all cereals are able to do this. But the best cereal is barley, because it has a higher nutrition content. Even wheat does. Sometimes, like, there are circumstances when maybe you can't get barley, you can still use wheat. Now, barley has a 20% crude protein, which will give you about 15% crude protein, and sorghum will give you about 11. They are different, but barley, I'm going to talk about barley because it's the best, okay? And the bit about this hydroponic fodder, much as we are here as pig farmers, but I would presume we have other livestock. So the bit about it is that it gives, you can feed it on any other livestock, that is chicken, rabbits, goats, and even equines. With equines, I mean horses. And with barley in particular, it will grow in 6 days. And I've explained why. In those 6 days, that's when the plant, when you've given it the conditions to germinate, it will take it 6 days to do that. And we eat it at the day 6 when it has happened. Now, advantages, like I said, it requires little land, and it reduces feed costs. Now, how does it reduce feed costs? Let's take, for example, for easy math, let's say a kilo of well-rationed sow and winner, okay? A kilo of well-rationed sow and winner would go for about 1,000 Uganda shillings. I'm giving an example, easy math. 1,000 Uganda shillings. And an adult pig, let's say it will feed 2.5 to 3 kilos. So let's say 3 kilos, right? And we are feeding this, it's an adult pig, so we are going to feed this adult pig 3 kilos. That is 3,000 Uganda shillings. Now, per day. This is well-mixed ration, right? And a kilo of barley gets to wherever, like to my place at 1,800 Uganda shillings. And a kilo of barley gives you 6 kilos. It gives you 6 to 8, but let's say 6, okay? It gives you 6 kilos of fodder. You understand? Now, that means you are producing a kilo of fodder at 300 Uganda shillings. So if you are feeding the pig, when you use hydroponic fodder, you need 4 kilos to feed another pig. So if you are using 4 kilos, that means 4 times 300, that is 1,200. Vis-a-vis the 3,000. So you're saving 1,800. And you're saving this 1,800 against also the crude protein content. Most of the sour and winner, I think, is about 16% crude protein. Now, the barley has given you 20% crude protein. And if it takes this pig about, let's say 2 hours to 6 hours to, depending on whatever you've given it anyway to feed on. If it takes it those hours to break down the food it has eaten for digestion, it's going to take this pig minutes. Because remember, the plant has already broken it down. You understand? Yeah. So basically, that means, that's why I'm saying it reduces the cost of feed. And when it comes even to mixing, when it comes to so many other things, if you don't go to Mutima, because we fear Mutima or any other company because they're expensive, so we want to do it our own. That's why it's asking, if I mix it, can I go, where can I be sure that it's right? Basically, so if this saves you many, many things. I'm not advocating for Mutima to go out, but I'm a farmer as well, and we are looking for, like I said, alternatives. And actually, it will still be better because we still have to go to these people like for concentrates, for other smaller concentrates, okay? So they won't go out of business. Actually, they will be. Yeah. So it's highly palatable, like I've explained. I think I've explained that. Reduces feed cost, improves general fertility and consumption rates. How does it do this? Because remember, all these nutrients are available. Now, he has been emphasizing maize is free, barley is free, and then maize bran. Most of our feed, like you actually acknowledge that I do, but none of you mixes your food well, right? So, because you don't mix your food well, you don't put salt, this pig won't go on heat early. Then you call the vet, or you call him. But now I'm feeding, but you told me at 6 months, 7 months, it should have to salad, it should have gone on heat. So, and then, it should have gone on heat. So in the process, you do what? In the process, you start calling the vet. I guess you shall come. If we don't ask many questions, how do you feed? We shall be like, oh, okay, let's just give this vitamin. Let's just give, if we've not gone through the detail. And actually, you farmers sometimes, like, I'm a vet, so when I go to people's farms and you find the pig, that's what I was explaining. A pig, to me, a pig should sleep, eat, sleep, and put on weight. That's its job. But if you don't feed it well, it's not going to do that. So each time you approach the piggery, it's making noise. That is little energy. The little energy is got from that grass, from that water, from that sweet. The sweet is that food the other man gave, the other man on the party. So that little energy has saved. Again, it's wasting it by making noise because it hasn't fed. Okay? So now, the beauty about it, that's why I'm saying that it's very nutritious and it has all these ingredients. And because it has all these ingredients, it is going to go on. It's possible it will grow. With animals, even I think as human beings, but with animals, the beauty about them, if it doesn't first make sure that animals are little selfish. If they make sure that it's about them first making sure they are fine, and then they produce. So there's energy for maintenance and then production. So if they haven't grown, to enough weight or haven't got enough nutrients, they will never produce. Production means going on heat, or if it has gone on heat, and it has consumed, how are the piglets going to come out? They'll come out very thin, small, and all that. But now the beauty about this, that it has fed well. Every little bit it has taken in has actually been digested, because the barley, through the germination, has done actually a great job. So it is actually a drip to the cow or the pig. And like I said, if it has fed well, like us, if you feed well, you sleep on a mosquito net, you don't fall sick. So if this pig sleeps well, eats well with this fodder, then it will hardly have diseases. Because a disease will come and attack a weak system. If your system is good. Now, in soil production, like I said, it enhances the rich enzyme content of the barley and like all the oats. And it's beneficial to the winners. This is how. The beauty about this hydroponic fodder, first of all, we said it grows in six days. And now that food, the fodder itself is kind of milky, okay? And it's very rich. So even in the transition stage from weaning, remember the mom, because this is how we keep our pigs anyway, like you said, so the sow will stay with the piglets, right? So you give the sow this food, and remember, the food is already like kind of milky and very nutritious. So as you are transforming from the winner, from the sow and winner to another, this pig, she has already got something out. It's easy to go to another level because it's been nibbling the food with the mouth, and it's better, okay? That even when you're going to give, even if some of us enjoy cutting grass and malagala, potato grind. So even when you're transition, at least the piglet won't have those piglet scores from as an effect of transforming from winner to whatever. And the pork is of high quality. I forgot to put a picture of the pork. I have it on my phone. If you look at this pork, it's like that. Actually, it's actually better. It's of high quality and it's more tasty. Do you know why? Even the flavor is really good. Now, people have tasted that pork, or they say, first of all, people who have tasted that pork say it's really delicious. Actually, because of the breed and even what the animal is feeding. Now, some of us, after feeding grass, some of us are poultry farmers, so when you slaughter a broiler, you have broilers. So when you slaughter, you give the danger to the pigs. Believe me, when you slaughter that pig, it won't be pork. It will be smelling chicken. And then someone will be like, did you give me chicken or did you give me pork? But this is a good flavor. Even fish, you said what? Still it will be smelling fish, not pork. So, now, ahead you're going to see some biscuits. We call them biscuits. That's how we plant the hydroponic, the fodder. Now, this is just a small ration of what we would give a pig. When rearing, when she's just come from weaning from suckling to weaning. So, a coated, a biscuit, then feeding, that's half a biscuit, then sow out of season, a sow that is empty. She's not pregnant. So she takes half. Now, this half I'm talking about 8 kilos. So that means when they are piglets, they will take about a quarter. That is a quarter of 8 kilos is what? 2. Then I think if you look at those forms he has given, we are kind of the same rate when it comes to feeding. Then feeding, again, half a biscuit. Those are the ones you are rearing. Then the sow out of season, it will be half a biscuit. That is 4 kilos. And sow in season, that's a sow that is suckling or that is expecting to eat 8. I don't know if this is clear. Okay, let me just explain it here. This is about age of pig, then days, the weight and daily weight gain, and feed consumption, and pigs per biscuit per day. So if the pig's about 4 weeks, that's 28 days, and she'll weigh about 7 kilos, and daily weight gain when they're young will be 215 grams, and then feed consumption will be 490 grams, so that is for 16 piglets. So one biscuit, which is about 8 kilos, will be fed for 16 piglets. But remember, now you're going to say 16 piglets, only 8 kilos. This is how it happens. Do all of you, like me, I take milk. So when I take milk, a cup of milk, I can lift the whole day. But if I take a flask of black tea, I'll be hungry at 10, I'll be hungry at midday, I'll be hungry at 2, I'll be hungry at 4, I'll be hungry at 6, and at dinner. So this is the same thing. It's small, but it's nutritious. Okay? And I think if it's good actually they put us together because you just iterate 7. Yes, because I wean my pigs at 12. My pigs at 4 weeks are 12. My pigs at 2 months are between 12 kilos and 18 kilos. At 2 months, those are 8 weeks. But the trick is food. Now, actually, there are 2 things here: genetics and food. Now, me, you look at me, I'm this small. Even if I went to America and ate many burgers, the best I would be is to become plump, but I'll never grow tall because I'm an American, okay? So there are certain pig breeds, even if you fed you will still not get the potential. That's what he was been telling you. Now, the beauty about this breed is actually it attains 900 grams per day.
That's the potential.
Yeah, that's its potential.
900 grams.
900 grams per day. It's a Canberra. Now, Canberra. Most of us have been devastated, like devastated. Actually, one of the people in New Zealand asked me, how come? He was asking, are you sure you get that market? And I'm like, yes, I do. And the trick, believe me, is the genetics and food. Now stop complaining that the food is expensive, please. Now I'm talking to you as a farmer. I'm not here as a vet. Okay, you can ask me questions of a vet, but I'm here, I'm talking to you as a farmer. And I'm what I am because of the pigs. Okay? Oh, I changed to Uganda. Oh dear.
Agambye nti alikyali.
No, I need to change. I have to go back. The folder. The folder. Okay, folder. Yemere. Yemere ye. How is it physically? They want me to explain how to spell. Okay. Briefly, because I told you, Fenato Agenako, at Yogamazum, because Luganda, Palmazum, Fenato Agenako, Mopisiri. Eh? At Mopisiri, Jetsomero, Jetsomera, Ebirime, Jebiculamu, Jebimeruka. Katenemere, fodder is food for animals, okay? Fodder, mere yabiso. Ebiva mumuddo. Eh? So fewano tulisa muddo. Okukula mu nnaku omukaaga. Naye ng'ogwo omuddo lwaki kukula mu nnaku mukaaga? Kiri nti emmere eno bw'ebanga ekimera kyonna kitereka emmere yakyo mu nsigo. Kati era tukozesa nsigo, ensigo esinga obulungi, okumeruka obulungi n'okutuwa ekiriisa. Bale omuwembe ogukola bbiya. Gwe tusimba. Era bw'abamulaba bwe tuba tuliisa ffe, I presume most of you mwenna mwali mulisizaako ebikanja. Oba brewers best okuva mu Nile breweries. Biva omwo. Kati olaba oba embizi zaffe zirya ne zikula. Oli ng'ate abatamiivu bamaze okugusikamu. Kakati ate bw'okulya nga tebannaba okukenyula kikyofuna. Embizi nange tebantamiivu, ebantamiivu mu nnyama ekula mangu. Mukitegedde? Kaakati engeri gye gukulamu tukozesa mazzi. Tetukozesa ttaka. Kubanga kiba tusomeri mu science baatugamba ebintu ebisobola okuleetera ekiremera okumeruka biri empewo, amazzi n'ebbugumu. Kati ebintu ebisatu bye tukozesa. Ekitangaala kiba kitonotono. Naye nga ebintu ebisatu bye bimerusa. Ebyo ebisatu bwe biti empewo, amazzi n'ebbugumu. Kati bye tukozesa. Of course procedure ekimala nnaku mukaaga. Kati ate engeri gye nabagenzize nti ngenda kwogera ku just okubiri engeri gye babirya. Naye nga nsobola okikumenyeramu mpolampola. Just mazzi, kwata ensigo oziteeke mu kintu kyonna ekya plastic. Otandika ogifukirira amazzi. Nnaku z'omukaaga. Ku makya, olweggulo, emisana n'olweggulo. Naye kati amazzi of course nga obungi bwabo buvaaringa okusinziira. Kati naye nga kilo y'ensigo emu eyo ewa ekkolera kilo 68 ez'emmere mu nnaku 6. Kaakati bali nga bwe bagambye nti gwe singa okozesa yasinga obulungi wamenukamu oba akulira captura kiringa ffe wano tetusobola kukuza grapes tetusobola kukuza maybe apples so nawa ekifo mwe bikulira enzige ezo zezikulira obulungi kiri captura ebintu awali cold embeera y'obudde mukitegedde ng'ekitooke tekisobola kukulira eri awabeera sino mukitegedde kati tumujja captura muyinza okwewonera ne captura nga wala naye ndooza mwena mulina amasimu mulina amasawa ate temwagenda China agasinga bagakolera China sikyo temwagenda China gagula naye ate mugalina so that is not a problem okay okugajja captura we get it here naye problem gye tukyalina quality y'ensigo oluusi nnungi oluusi si nnungi naye tukyayogera nawe ababeera captura tubagamba nti mumanyi twetaaga kubanga babadde bakolera banywi bamwenge so ebisolo tebabifaako so tulina obagulira nti afe ensigo ezaffe tuzaagala bwezitya nabawulidde mwewuunya nti banaye bukyayonga banaye bukyayongera ddala bwange buto nnyo oh I think okay I'll say it but in captura where we get this barley from, we get it from captura. That is where it favorably grows. Just like matoke can't grow in the UK because it's cold. So, barley grows best in cold places. So that's where we get it from. And I was saying, some people may complain captura is too far. And I was giving an example that all of us have phones, we have laptops, we have things that came from China, but we didn't really go to China to buy them. Okay. Now, I was talking about genetics. Now, I'm not going to go so much into the details of the genetics, but these are some of the boards we use to give us that potential. Now, these are called, they're called Pixel. It's a company that makes, does genetics for pigs. So the bit about these breeds, or the Canberra breed especially, that it's grows fast, like you said. It grows fast. It has a thin layer of fat, and has good mother abilities, on top of all the other good things about pigs. Now, you may emphasize on genetics, and you still give your food, your pigs, grass, zero work. You have this very good feed, but your genetics are not so nice. It's half. Okay? Now, we need this genetics, so we need to put two things right before we complain about the market, okay? Let's have our genetics right. Let's have our food right. There's market potential for pigs. If all of us, and actually I'm really happy that we are like this. If we continue like this, believe me, we are going to wipe out all those people who like you say, we are Nicodemus. Now, all those people, you know why, but don't blame them. You, even yourself, you don't know what you put in your pig. So how do you start making noise? You didn't go to Mutima or you didn't do anything. And you gave grass, but you want your pig. No, but you didn't give them the right thing. If you know exactly what you gave.
I didn't talk to the consultant, I didn't.
No, now that's why you are here. That's the bit about it. That's why you are here, because these are the biggest mistakes farmers make. We like money and we want it fast, but you don't want to use professionals. Okay? I'm not advocating for professionals, but look, Mom, what's your job? No, before. A banker. So if I didn't keep my money in the bank and I kept it in a pot, and the thief came and stole it, or the mercenaries came and did, wouldn't you say, why did you keep it to the bank? So please use professionals. You'll get something out of it. Okay? Professionals, genetics, seek for information. And you having come here is very, very good. It's going to add some good value to you. Now, I was also asked to talk about integrated farming. Like, yes, you've done pork, period, What next? Now, you are even having problems with Nicodemus or fresh cars or whatever. Yes, please?
Maybe if you could talk a little bit on sorghum as an alternative, because
Yeah, I said every cereal sprouts. The best cereal is barley. Even maize that sprouts, sorghum sprouts, but sorghum takes about 8 to 9 days. So it means the nutritional content, because now by that time the seed or the plant is starting to utilize the food for itself. But it does work, and maybe the other problem with sorghum, it doesn't, if this is the, okay, you see, but if this is the average, like barley will go to 120 millimeters. Now sorghum will do about 50 millimeters or 60. You understand? But it does work, but we've done all those things. That's why I'm saying value. But if it's ready available and that's what you have, maybe that means you're going to make more. Okay? Yeah. Now, I will entertain your questions as you go, but I was told to talk about, yeah, you've done piggery, then what next? You have so much. We go to keep pigs for pork, to keep cattle for milk or for beef. But there's a very big potential you don't know about your dung. Okay? Now, because I have a garden, so what you do that when you get manure, and actually pig manure is the best. So when we do pig farming, it can help you realize, it can help us realize the dream of food security. Because we are going to utilize the dung and the urine as manure for our gardens. And actually, because when you fertilize your gardens, then you're going to actually produce more. That means you're even going to move from subsistence to commercial, because you have plenty, okay? So nothing in farming, especially now, I'm sure most of us are from town settings. We don't have big chunks of land, but we need to farm. So nothing should go to waste, okay? Now, what is food security? This is very, very important. Food security exists when all people, at all times, have physical and economic access to enough, safe, nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy lifestyle. If they didn't give us milk today, and a sausage, and a piece of bread, and we would not be here. We're already tired. So, but we need to make sure that these hotel people have that. And we can only make that with our gardens. And what is going to make you have them is your pig dung. So those of you who have been thinking, like some of you when you come, some people come to my farm and they're like, but they're not smelling. So if you've been having a problem with your dung, with your houses, you fear to touch them. Now you go please touch